Colonizing Mars by Gabe Stone. Venus stats, the ones that matter at least. Radius is a little bit smaller than Earth at about 200-ish miles less. Distance to Earth at closest is 38 million miles, which in comparison to it sounds like a lot, but it's really not that much on a
like an entire space.
Scale. Yeah, it's not that much. But at furthest, it is 162 million miles away. So if you're gonna be a decent bit away from Earth. Surface gravity is 91% of Earth's, and the atmospheric pressure is 1,350 pounds per square inch, which is a lot.
For a second, I thought that was Pepsi.
No, that's
so
pounds
you
per
get
square inch.
Crushed to death and have noxious gases to deal with.
Yes, but
Yum.
So why is that awesome?
Can I continue, please, Mother? So what does all this mean? Well, Venus has about the same size and surface gravity as Earth versus Mars, which only has 37.5% of Earth's. The orbit of Venus is pretty close to Earth, and it's closer to the Sun, which means solar power is a viable option for power. It also has a thick atmosphere, which means wind turbines are also a viable source of energy.
I would definitely take out your,
probably
Gen Z slang.
Transfer window. Keep in mind, I'm also presenting this to my peers.
Okay, but, your slang should not go into a report.
Okay, fine. Transfer window occurs every 19 months. Transfer windows are like the best, most opportune moment to get things from Earth to insert planet here. For Venus, that's 19 months, and for Mars, that's 26 months, which is 2 years and then some. What does it mean continue? The almost Earth gravity is a great thing because in space and other low gravity places like Mars, there's the problem of bone mass and muscle deterioration. Venus doesn't have that problem. Notes on that are bone and muscle loss comes in at 1% per month for bone and 5% a week for muscle. Bone does not grow back easily.
Oh no.
But what about when people break their bones and they heal?
Breaking bones versus bones straight up not being there, like not being as strong, that's very different. Like broken bones, you just have to put them back in place and they heal over time. Versus bones, like your bones getting thinner and more brittle.
Osteoporosis.
Yes. This I borrowed from Wikipedia. Despite the harsh conditions on the surface, the atmospheric pressure and temperature at about 50 kilometers to 65 kilometers, about 30 to 40 miles above the surface of the planet, is nearly the same as that of Earth, making its upper atmosphere the most Earth-like area in the solar system, even more so than the surface of Mars, due to the similarity in pressure and temperature and the fact that breathable air, 21% oxygen, 78% nitrogen, is a lifting gas on Venus the same way helium is a lifting gas on Earth. The upper atmosphere is proposed to be a location for both exploration and colonization. Borrowed from Wikipedia. I did put my sources at the end.
Wikipedia is not a
Wikipedia
viable
has also
source.
been backed. I checked their sources, and it's been backed up by other sources, like the official NASA website.
Okay, well, that's awesome. But again, the noxious gases.
I'm getting there.
I thought that it would melt your flesh.
Okay, actually.
I mean, honestly, that's like everyone's first question, so I would start there.
Okay, fine.
Because, I mean, that would be my main reason for balking at Venus. And I think it would be anyone's reason.
Let's go back here. The atmospheric pressure and temperature at about 30 to 40 miles above the surface. Well, the noxious gases, you just have oxygen tanks. You live in a blimp.
What if something happens to your blimp?
NASA actually already started this. The High Altitude Venus Operational Concept, or Havoc for short, is a project that was... Yeah, it's
wreaking havoc on Venus. Jeez.
Introduced back in 2014 and has since been shelved because Mars is getting all the attention. Mars. But the basic premise is since oxygen and nitrogen or normal Earth air flow at the earlier altitudes mentioned, we could have massive blimps. As you can see, there are also some solar panels on the top, and yeah.
So those are literally just hanging out above Venus.
Not right now, but hypothetically
They
speaking,
were?
they could. No.
They would be.
They would be. It's just like an idea that some group of people up at NASA thought
So
of,
that's
hey,
like
maybe
an
this could
artist's rendition of
Yes.
what that might be like. Okay,
Yes.
so that's not an actual picture.
work. Yeah, no, definitely not.
Okay.
As you can see, the clouds are not yellow, the sky is blue.
Oh no, well I'm just focusing on this screen, and so you can see that.
The clouds are not yellow. The sky is blue.
Obvious disadvantages. The sulfur in the atmosphere is a lot, and even 158 degrees is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The other aspects of Venus, such as surface temperature and surface pressure, are irrelevant when you remember that until the atmospheric pressure is brought down to livable, there's no way anything can be down there, especially when it's hot enough to melt lead. There are also lightning storms.
Well, we have that on Earth too, but we complain when it's like 90 degrees. Imagine 158 degrees.
Oh, God.
Okay. Long-term and short-term fixes. Long-term fix, slowly remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which can be used for other purposes. Basically, that would just look like, just taking the carbon dioxide, which is the main greenhouse gas, which makes up the majority of the,
Well, if we can do that to Venus, why don't we just do that to our planet to help heal it? So,
Okay. Another long-term fix is just to live there. Humans are amazing at adapting to new environments. Short-term fixes are blimps coated in sulfur-resistant things. Like, there are things.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to go into greater detail than sulfur-resistant things. So, look it up, do some more research. You're being lazy.
Some research, and I couldn't find, like, a conclusive answer backed up by a reputable source. But there is something based in silicon, which is plenty abundant on this planet. Second most abundant element other than oxygen. Summary. In conclusion, Venus is closer, more often reachable, has better gravity, and has more ways to generate power. And other than not being able to go onto the surface, there are ways to fix that if we stick around long enough. It may be expensive to build a huge blimp with all the things humans would need, but I'm sure that Venus can make it worth our resources to colonize in this mysterious sulfuric clouds. Sources.
YouTube?
2 YouTube videos. And...
Well, what are their sources? Because, I mean, like, I watch Murder Mystery Makeup, and,
this one.
There's all
is
sorts of
7
people on
minutes,
YouTube saying all sorts of things.
It's PBS Spacetime, which is fairly reputable.
Well, I don't know. Like, look down at their sources. Like, see how they have, like, the web.
Well, let's see. They have the NASA Havoc video. They have links to both of the actual things that...
All right, so, I mean, you would want to include those because that... okay, but you just put in the YouTube links and the...
Well, let's see. This one is a link to the actual Havoc website.
To wreak havoc on everything.
Don't know why it's not loading.
Because it doesn't want to.
There it is. It is archived, but they also have a video here.
Hmm.
And the other source is...
You need to close some tabs.
Yeah, I know. Most of them are
Yeah,
personal
that would
tabs.
drive me crazy.
Yeah, it would. There was this one time when, like, I kept on
River.
clicking on this one tab.
Then, of course, the NASA Venus website, or the page on the NASA website for Venus.
Stinky clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Spacecraft magnet.
And let's see. Also, the Wikipedia article I borrowed from.
Are you gonna give it back?
You've got to be kidding me.
What happened?
This is why I'm doing a dry run with
yeah,
you guys.
yeah. I mean, it looks like you need to add in a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off and
Alright.
get back to dinner.
Okay.
I don't know why it's